My claim of fact speech today would be about highway improvements. Our major claim is because highways are tearing apart, it makes it difficult for Californians to drive safely. In my claim of fact speech, I will address the problems on why highways and roads are dangerous if not improved. Nearly 1.3 million of people die in road crashes each year. Bad road designs and conditions are a factor in more than half the fatal crashes. In California, contributing to more deaths than spending drunk driving or failure to use seatbelts. My secondary claims, one of them would be destruction of highways causes accidents. Thousands of people are hurt or killed each year in California on roads and highways due to poor road quality and conditions. The Federal Highway Administration is the agency within the U.S. Department of Transportation responsible for assisting state local government with guidelines for the safe design and construction of roadways. Common road conditions that contribute to car accidents would be confusing, damage, or missing signs, roads not salted or plowed in winter weather, blind curves and poorly banked roads, lack of traffic signals or poorly placed signals, improperly graded curves, and uneven shoulders. Because the roads lack improvements, the drivers experience fatal accidents. Nearly 20 to 50 million are injured or disabled a year. The California Department of Transportation, otherwise they're known as the Caltrans, owns or controls 350,000 acres of right-of-way and maintains 1,500 center-line miles of highway and 1,300 state highway bridges. Certain also inspected over 12,000 local bridges. Destruction of highway causes damage to your vehicle. Vehicles are most likely damaged because of potholes, shoulder drop-off, oil and chip, construction zones, ice and snowy roads, and wet roads. If Californians are not expecting these dilemmas while driving, that means the Caltrans are not productively repairing these roads like they should be. If a car is damaged by a pothole, it will suffer severe damage to whether the tire, the rim, arm bushing, alignment, and balancing of the boots of a car. The cost varies depending on what is damaged. It can be up to $200 to $1,000 depending on what you damage. Road-related conditions were a factor in 2,200 fatalities and cost 217,000 billion each year. In comparison to drunk driving was 130,000 billion. Speeding was 97 billion, and failure to wear a seatbelt cost losses at 60 billion. Therefore, if California does not spend more money on improving the highways, they should prepare themselves for an increase of the death rate. A lot of people are going to continue to get in serious accidents that can cause them to get injured or die. So thinking about this is a highly recommended idea. Thank you.
Yeah, please don't stand there waiting for it, because that makes you a target, and I don't like that. You can go ahead and sit down. I'll be with you in just a second. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. All right, Richard, I know what the subject is, and I know some of the data that you have, but I don't really know what the argument is. Nobody disputes that highway conditions have an impact on accidents, so that's not where there's a dispute. Or that some of the particular things that you talk about could be contributing to some of these problems. I don't think there's any dispute about that. There might be some dispute about whether or not we are doing enough to prevent these things from happening. I think your argument needs to be something like that says Caltrans or California state authorities have failed to safely maintain the roads. And then you can use the information that you have in most of your speech on the first point showing us that dangerous road conditions exist. But I don't have any information. I have information about how many people are killed around the world because of these sorts of conditions. 1.3 million annually. I know that's not the U.S. In California, you've got 2,200 fatalities that are related to these road conditions. Okay, so which road conditions are we talking about? There was something wrong with there was a pothole in the road. The road was not appropriately banked. That sort of thing. Where's the stuff that says that? You kind of are making the assumption if the problem exists, then it's somebody's fault. Potholes come up all the time. I mean, after the last 5 days, I expect they'll run into potholes that weren't there yesterday. And I don't exactly feel like it's Caltrans' fault because they didn't fix the pothole the second it opened up. I mean, they need to get around to it and need to take care of it. Somebody needs to assess that. But I don't have any numbers on how many potholes there are, much less that those were the cause of accidents. You have some good information that says that there are economic consequences of this. And again, I don't think anybody's going to deny that. The argument, the really thing that's controversial about this is whether or not anybody's doing anything about it. And that should be your argument, is that we're not doing something about it, or something more needs to be done. Those would be the claims of fact that you need to make there, because the rest of it is just informative material about, here are a whole bunch of things that cause problems, here are the number of people who die because of those problems. Well, nobody's denying that 2,200 people are dead because of these issues. So what's in dispute? The dispute, do we not spend the money? Do we not have the money? Is it not a priority? Is somebody falling down on their job? Is the administrator not doing what they're supposed to do? Is the governor paid no attention to this? That's the kind of stuff that you need to be looking at to find the dispute. I also have a little bit of a problem, and this crops up in a lot of speeches. It's not just yours. I'm going to use yours as an example because you're the one who's just talking. Numbers start getting bandied around, and I'm not exactly sure that the numbers are being accurately presented. I don't think you're misleading us, but I don't think you would say 136,000 billion. I don't think that's the way you would describe that number. Oh. So, and there are a couple of places where that happens, and I'm going, I know there's a number here that he's talking about, but I can't tell you exactly what the number is in the context. So you want to be careful about that. That's one of those things where if you've got direct quotes, you're less likely to make those kinds of problems. All right, I'm going to stop here. I do want to get through all of these speeches tonight, and if I keep talking, that won't happen. Thank you.